world is. What is the hardest thing to do in the world? Who wants to take a shot at it?
Change.
Margaret with the smash. Woo, Margaret, right? Because really, this is what is the most difficult thing. Thank you. It's not a wonder to me that Margaret is leading us with the most transactions in July, because it's hard to change. We talked about it yesterday. Right, but what I notice is that Margaret, because it's funny that the people that come to the office that I've seen over the last 4 months typically do better, and because we need to change. But so I'm going to do a soft open, and then we'll get to class. But let's start first slide. Today's is about change, and I just wanted to tell you a story that, because whenever you watch podcasts, because I'm going to probably put some of these up on the public web for other people to watch, one like today. So yeah, right, let's roll. Next. Yeah, so there's a thing called serendipity. And this morning I was preparing, because I always practice what I say so I don't dunk my leads away. So I was practicing what I'm going to say to you this morning. And it's funny because I was using Chat GPT so much now. And then Seth, the head tech guy at EXP, said, hey, you should check it out, Gemini's image maker. So anyone that's using Chat GPT, if you want images, Gemini just really bangs them out. But because I do my slides in Google, I can use that in the browser. But when I asked it for a slide about change, I didn't like any of the choices. So as I'm walking down the street, if you see the picture on the right, I didn't want to embarrass the lady, because this is my neighbor, and she was smoking a cigarette. She had a neck brace on, and she was sitting on the porch. Now, today's meeting is about change. Thank you, Margaret. But that's what it looks like if you don't change. I didn't take a full picture of her. You can barely see her leg here in the corner photo. And then I showed you, my point today though, is to make sure everybody that's watching outside the office know that we're watching a slideshow. It's called Prospecting 101. Is it shared, Adam? Yeah.
It's on the notes.
It's on the notes, but just know that everything we do moving forward is going to be selling with pictures. So I need everybody to make sure they're watching, because you don't get the benefit of this presentation unless you're watching. But I just thought it was funny because AI is not good as the real thing yet, because how else do you get a lady that's smoking, renting, sitting on the porch when I'm looking for the person that won't change? I just thought that I'd share that with you. So let's get after it. All right. She's not evil. She's just stuck in the same place with the same habits. No one's pushing her. That's why I'm trying to get across is change hurts. But staying the same, that's how you slowly break down. You want a better life, you got to earn it. So, all right, let's get after it. So, this is meant to inspire you. So if you can see this is real trends. This is how they rank teams in the US. The top one is Jason Mitchell. He came out of our marketplace. He's now in 18 different marketplaces, how he gets that number so high. But the person I want to talk about is Mark Spain, because part of today's theme is make sure you listen to people that are doing the job great. And when I got the opportunity with Phil to meet Mark Spain, and we got one thing, we asked him, what was one thing that we should do that will make the difference for us to become a great team? And he said, wake up and be great. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . My question for you is, are you waking up and being great every day? Because that's what it takes to change. Next. This is the Sibbach team. We're 137th at 230 million, but this is in the past, meaning whenever we look at sales numbers, whether it's in the Cromford report or online, last year we did 230 million, but I want to get this number to 1,000. So what Sibbach's working on is change. I am working heavily on trying to improve. My wife is working on it as well. I just wanted to give her a shout out because she's been busting her ass every day. And when we were trying to pick who was going to talk today, I said that, I wanted to give her a break. She's actually here on what I thought was going to be her day off. But shout out to Sarah and all the work that she's done and getting the drive up to speed and all the organization that she's added to us. We couldn't do it without her. So thank you, Sarah. Today is about change and trying to improve. So my point about change is that we may need to change the top left picture, right? Meaning, well, we're just going to follow the slides as we go here, right? We may need to change how we talk in the first appointment, because there's two first appointments with every lead. So hopefully, as long as you set an appointment every single time, meaning that my Zillow appointment rate right now is 100%. I booked every lead I've gotten, I booked an appointment. I'm just trying to be the trailblazer for you guys to show you that if you follow the script, because the lead Jackson we went to yesterday, what were we doing when that lead came in?
Drinking beer at the bar. Like literally.
Like literally. No, this is just life, right? Jackson and I went out for a Zillow lead, and a typical Zillow lead, we go out to the Zillow lead, and Jackson, who didn't show up?
Oh, the buyer.
The buyer. Yeah, that happens, right? Oh God. So what we do on the Sibbach team, though, is we make lemonade out of lemons. And that's how we succeed. Meaning you get one chance on the phone and one chance in person to make a good impression. I thought this is me using Gemini. I was like, okay, first impressions. What is a good picture? And they said, right, like when a date's meeting their parents for the first time, right? That's easy to think of that. Well, it's just always to look at others.
What's going on in that?
That's not the thought.
Okay, I told you I was using AI, that the people are better. Like, I was trying to prepare you for this, but the thing is whether we're presenting on the phone or that first appointment determines whether you're gonna get a chance for them to pick up your call. Because the thing I hear right now is they don't pick up my call. 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 Well, if you have the first chance to talk to them and you don't meet their needs, and then you have the second chance in person and you were a door opener versus being the real estate agent that I want you to be, then they don't call you back. And we're going to talk about this, but I want you to understand that commonly you get one chance to make a good impression, to win them over. Make sure you make it count. When you're following up, 72 to 82% of the people won't pick up your phone to an unknown phone number, right? Like sometimes I think we forget that when we're calling people, we're calling strangers. Now, of course, let's flip it around. How often are we picking up the phone? We're picking our appointment rate is falling, our pickup rate is falling, all of our stats, we're going to look at it. I'm not going to bash anyone individually, but it's all falling because we won't pick up the phone. Yet when we call other people, we have this expectation that they're going to pick up the phone. So we're going to talk about this today. But first, I want to ask each of you is, why is prospecting so hard? Someone want to comment? Online, David Harron, Van Harron. Did I say it right or not?
And Heron, yes, you did.
Okay. Why is
Yeah.
prospecting so hard, buddy?
I feel it's hard because it's almost like you are trying to convince them to work with you versus them
A lot of failure in
calling and looking.
Anything else? Is that your only thing, David? Is that you only think because it's that big of a deal, right? Because it's scary, is what I hear when you say that, right? Because anytime you're intimidated by someone on the phone, on the other end of the phone, that is creates anxiousness, it creates fear in your body. So that's very real, I think, for each of you. Maite, what do you think?
What is the worst part to do the calling?
Yeah, either comment that you have the same fear that he does, that you don't like that you have to convince somebody to do something because you feel it's against their will. David, do you think it's against their will?
When prospecting, I
Yes.
don't think necessarily against their will. It's just like you said, a stranger calling them. They don't know me from anybody else on the street. So they may still want that. They just don't know me or what I can do.
So it's intimidating. Maite, what do you think?
My problem is different.
Your
Yeah.
problem is different. What's your problem, Maite?
If they can understand me.
Does that give you anxiety?
It's it's more the accent. The first time that they say, "What? Who are you? Why are you calling me?" But yeah, for me,
Okay.
it's too much easy when I meet them.
Right. Well, and so the thing is why today's meeting is about change is I want you to overcome your obstacles because today's meeting we're going to talk about what I have been doing to change. We're going to get there. But for you, what did Jeffrey, because the thing is to change, you have to listen to what? Feedback. Right. Because Jeffrey's been listening to a lot of feedback. We'll get there, but Maite, I want to know for you first, what feedback did I give you?
Speak slowly.
Great job. Right? No, because Maite wants to grow. So she's willing to change. So have you been trying to talk slower?
It's hard, but yeah, I'm trying.
Hey, change. Margaret said it, right, Margaret? What's the hardest thing to do?
Moving your cheese.
Move your high five. That's not one of my books. I had books on the table. Because sometimes people, if we have extra time, we'll talk about the books that I've read to help me get to where I'm at. So I just want to go through some of those, but I gotta get through the slides because Zillow talked longer than I thought they were gonna. So what is it gonna take? Meaning, we know they're not gonna pick up the phone, so that should not depress you because 72 to 82%. So what does it mean to you is your first impression might have to be text. We call it SDS. Voicemail, right? Like we have to make sure they know who we are, right? Because we're trying to make an impression. And if we don't deliver them value, they don't call us back, right? So we have to be thinking of that. And why we want to, why SDS works so well is because it's a short message saying, Zillow connected us a few weeks ago, a few months ago, or in the past, whatever version of my reach out is like that. And are you currently thinking about moving would be the best. My best friend died, and he told me two things that I'm working on in life. Number one was to say things with the fewest words possible. And the other one was be the last one to speak. And that's what I'm working on, because I took the thing is I don't want my phone to ring. You guys know this, right? I desire that my phone never rings. When do you think let's go with Brad. Brad's new to the team. Welcome, Brad.
Hello.
Brad has a world of experience in mortgage. 20 years, Brad?
15, but yeah.
Okay, but I'm super excited because he just needs some leads and some training, and this guy's going to be a rock star. So welcome aboard, Brad.
Thank you. Glad to be here. So what was the question? Sorry.
Who was listening? Who knows what the question was? It's hard to be the customer wants you to listen. Isn't it amazing that we couldn't hear the question that the customer, right? Like, this is the thing is, are you engaging when you come to these meetings, right? Because if you're not listening, the customer's not going to call you back after the first appointment. Brad, what do you think of that?
I think you're absolutely right.
Right. It's why I record every single listing appointment. When Brad just joined the team, I have Kelly that just joined the team. I have Alexis. Welcome, Alexis. Good to see you. You press the space bar and you can talk.
Hello.
So, Alexis, the team that you moved over from, what do they make everybody do when they join?
Cold call 1,000 people.
Cold call 1,000 people. Could you imagine joining? I mean, I know because our call numbers aren't that good that nobody wants to do that. But I agree. Just so you know, I agree. I would never ask you to cold call, right? Like, I don't ever ask you to cold call. All of the leads that we have in the pond called us first. So we're always following up, right? Because we're looking for people in the process. That means that all leads, if they're not calling you back, that doesn't make the lead bad. That means that you haven't established value. And to do that, that's why you say or you don't say in moments that matter, it has to earn a response, right? Like, meaning when you're reaching out and Jackson last week reached out to 29 people on Friday and set 4 appointments, because I told you that the best day to call people was Friday and Saturday morning. And Thursday night, if you want more responses, because Jackson in the morning at 9 to 11, were they picking up the phone?
I mean, I would say they weren't really picking up the phone all day. Only like 6 or 7 people answered all day.
So out of 29 people, your stats are much better. You must be using STS, right?
Well, if they don't answer the call, I'm texting them. Like, they're receiving a point of communication. I'm not letting them just.
My thing is we shot a video and you said that one person or nobody in the first 15 people picked up the phone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is that when you call at 9 a.m. in the morning, I mean, Friday is a great day to call people. Even at 9 a.m., he only got one out of, he didn't get it many, like, meaning when you come, if you come in to call or you're dedicating time to call between 9 and 11, your numbers are going to stink, even if you're great. Meaning that we might need to change the time we're following up. Okay, next. So I was listening to a gentleman by the name of Peter Thiel. Let's go with Alexis. Do you know, this is the time when I pick on new people that they may or may not know the answer to the question. Do you know who Peter Thiel is?
No.
Okay, does anyone online know who Peter Thiel is?
PayPal?
Yeah! Who said that?
Brad.
Brad, high five. One of the smartest people on the planet. Okay? I listen to a podcast. Anyone text me, I'll text you the podcast where he talks about what's going to happen in the future. And damn, that guy's got a good vocabulary. Wow. You know they're smart when their vocabulary is huge. Quick hit. I've been increasing my vocabulary through ChatGPT. Every day it gives me a new vocabulary word. And it's something that if you want to use ChatGPT for, it can help you get smarter. It also is teaching me Spanish. So I'm working on lots of things to change. But what Peter Thiel said was, everybody knows that if something doesn't work, that you need to do more of what works. Meaning, because today we're going to talk about prospecting, because conversations is the only thing that works. More conversations, having more conversations, more conversations is everything that we're looking for, because we need to we need to go from the phone call to the appointment. And then we need to do great at the appointment so that we can follow up with them and have them respond. But just realize that you're trying to connect with strangers. And that if they won't call you back, all it means is that you haven't impressed them yet. And if you want to impress them, Jackson, we had met your first Zillow lead out in, is it Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid? Sorry. No, Estrella Mountain Ranch on the west side. Jackson and I went out to his first lead. And Jackson says, I can't get this lead to call me back. I can't get them to respond. That's what you're saying, is they were being a bit.
Yeah, sure.
So tell me, so what did we do?
We went to Estrella Mountain Ranch and we filmed a video of a house that they would be interested in. We sent them that video with a text.
And how long did it take for them to get to respond to my video that I said, hey, here's the cheapest house in Estrella Mountain Ranch, because we looked at two of them. I took the better one because I know it's always better to sell people on, let me help you spend less, because they always spend more. People just don't buy at the bottom end of their budget unless they're extremely frugal or their fear of loss. But Jackson, when did we make the decision to go what I call the extra mile? Tell me the story now. Do you remember? I don't want to embarrass my son any further. Go ahead.
Sure. No, go ahead.
You got it.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that we went out to the Zillow lead and the Zillow lead didn't show up.
And yeah, we were already out in Goodyear, which is an hour away from where we are. So we decided to take advantage of that because one of our other clients is buying in Goodyear. So we went over, shot the video, and he answered within 5 minutes.
Right, because that was a lead we previously met with. When you meet with a lead and you leave a good impression, as long as once a month or once a quarter you touch them with a carrot of some kind, of something they're interested in. I remembered that in the appointment, the husband said he was handy and he was looking for, and I knew I could get him to respond because he doesn't work. So I wanted to send a fixer-upper to him because that's what he wants versus his wife. Great story. Great job. But so think about that. We turned lemons into lemonade. Because the thing is whenever you're in a neighborhood or headed to a neighborhood, you should know the prospects that are looking in that area because like we waited for the lead, how long? 12, 15 minutes to show up and they didn't show up?
Yeah.
Right? Because that sucks, doesn't it, Maite? Have you had that?
I try to have the less amount of that because I normally text them before I drive. And I say, I'm on my way. Are you on your way?
Mm.
So I can confirm.
Yeah, well, but then sometimes they may show up and if they didn't respond because we had two leads.
2 hours before we were like confirming our appointment, and then there was no response. And then on the way, I called him and he didn't respond. So we already kind of knew he wasn't going to show up. So we were like, you know what? We're just going to go film this house for someone else.
Well,
so at least we use the time wisely instead of just waste time.
What he said. Meaning that I always think you should show up, just so you know. I always show up because you never know when you can turn lemons into lemonade. Because actually, when you're showing houses, you run into opportunity all the time. We want to be out showing houses as much as we possibly can. Next slide. Just a little more in case, because I'll read this one for you. If you're not getting the results you want, that's okay. While it may feel like the end of the world, it's part of your unique journey on this planet. The challenge is to avoid getting caught in the negativity of your current situation at the expense of action. The only way you can change reality is by doing something about it. David.
Yes.
So, how are you going to avoid getting caught in the negativity? Do you know? Tell me what that. Do you know what? Do you want to play a little embarrassment game with me?
Yeah, that's why I'm on these calls.
Great. Well, I just meaning because you said you were
Yeah.
intimidated to convince people that real estate is sales, and I want to help you through this. But do you know how? Tell us, how do we get over, based upon what that slide's telling us, how do we get over when we don't call more people because we're scared because they're going to be, we got to convince them of something.
Mhm. I mean, I kind of got over this a little bit ago, actually this year, from similar to Alexis calling hundreds of cold calls. So I got over that part. It was just getting through the door. But the negativity part, getting stuck in that negativity was where I've learned that there's opportunity inside of those challenges on how I can improve myself.
Okay.
And just being here on the team for a short time, a lot of the things that I'm reading inside of the Google is helped me a lot and actually does work. So that's helped me stay out of the negativity as well, seeing results from just taking those tips from things that work.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So I have a question now because I'm going to challenge you. So what have you done now that you are working on getting over it because we have to make prospecting repeat and consistent, meaning prospecting is the only thing that will get your income higher. So what are you doing to make prospecting repeatable and consistent in your daily life?
For me, it's being consistent and doing what you say. So and doing those touches.
Do you
I
want
would
me to
say being
press
more
on you?
responsive has definitely helped in the day to day. And making sure that, especially with the prospecting, how that previous slide is showing your worth. And if you can do that from the bat, then that helps a lot.
So let me recap that. So what you're saying is the more responsive you are to leads, then you see more engagement.
Absolutely.
Does that mean speed to lead, David?
Yep. Speed to lead.
Awesome, right? What is your goal for speed to lead?
In what aspect?
Meaning, how many seconds does it take you to pick up every lead? Like, do you measure how many seconds it takes you to, when the lead comes in, for you to respond? That speed to lead would be 5 seconds. I'm hoping with the apprentices that they can pick it up in 5 minutes. What's your time frame of, I did a good job, speed to lead? What is your current goal of trying to pick up the phone? How fast?
Like 45 seconds.
Can I give you a high five from here? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Right? 45 seconds. So do you judge yourself, or are you looking back of seeing how many leads that you received in the last 30 days and like how long it took you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have learned, especially getting through the leads. I've refined my speed to lead, you know, and I've honed in on what that looks like. So that's why 45 seconds is being able to understand how those leads would come through and just jump on them immediately. So
Great. Outstanding. Outstanding. Okay. So next, just to reiterate, if you're not selling enough houses, you should be doing more. If you're not having success, not quitting prospecting is key, because giving up does not lead to success. Meaning, when you don't call, unfortunately, we end up like the lady on the porch. I'm not saying that's going to be anybody in this room. I'm just trying to say that's what no change looks like, and I'm trying to get you to change. Because this is how I outpaced the market in 2008, because I wanted to grow. I wanted to do more sales. And I learned because I did it, right? The reason why I'm here is because now I've passed this stage of my career that I have to call, because I did it well, and now I'm teaching people to do it. Because I want to help all of you become great prospectors, because that's what makes you grow, is prospecting. It's the only thing. Okay, there's more to it, but prospecting is always on the path to growth. We can't skip prospecting unless you want a new career, right? If you don't want to prospect, then you probably, I'm not saying that you should cold call. I'm just saying that we got to call leads that showed us their interest in real estate. Like, we got to be able to convert those leads. We got to be able to get those leads qualified. If they're renting, if they're doing whatever, we got to stay in touch. We got to have effort to build relationships for people, because we might have to chase them for up to 6 years, because we need a huge pipeline. I had a drawing on here, accidentally got erased. We need a huge pipeline. That's why we got to talk to more people. Adam, next. Sorry, we're going over, but this is just really good stuff, and I want to get to it. So it's okay if you can't stay. You remember, because everybody can come back and finish and watch. So I'm going to keep going. Sorry that we're over the time. Zillow went much longer. So in today's world, we get robocalls, we get scams, we get, like, the phone rings with all kinds. The challenge for us is that I answer my phone every time it rings if I can get to it. That's the commitment I made to myself after going to Darren Hardy's event, because he said prospecting, presenting, and negotiating. And I'm like, man, if they call, isn't it a lot easier to talk to somebody when they call? But yet we can get afraid because of the robocallers and the scammers. But know that when you're calling prospects, expect all consumers to evade your calls until you deliver value. That's why we do the STS, or we build a relationship, because when you have relationships, more people call you back. When you deliver them value, they call you back. And if you don't want to do it, you can just live with the result of making less. Next. This is my script to pick up every call. It's pretty simple. Are you ready? I love to give you things that you can implement right away. Here is the script. My phone rings. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. What do I say? Are you a buyer, a seller of a house, or a realtor? And I'm ready to hang up immediately, because 98% of the time it's a robocall or whatever it is. But sometimes it's a Zillow call. Sometimes it's a past client call. And I would have missed it because they called with a different number, and that you got to get ready to hang up. If they mess up, if you hear the click, the transfer, you hang up. Why are you polite to people that are robocalling you? Right? Instead, you miss leads because you're not picking up every call. And I'm just trying to help you get over these things. Next. The thing is Zillow tracks all your stats to determine your lead flow. If you don't give effort, you don't get leads. They look at pickup rate, ZHL connection rate. Next. Wow. This is why I'm changing, and I'm hoping to help you change, because these numbers are horrific in my opinion. So these numbers put us in what's called, so I had a mentor, his name is Russell Shaw, and he said, if any of your stats are falling, you're in emergency. If they're falling by more than 10% month over month. As you can see, the answer rate for the team is below the benchmark and significantly below last month. So it's off. Unfortunately, that's almost 22%. That means we're going the wrong way, and we need to change. We need to pick up the phone more often, because when you don't pick up the phone, the appointment rate goes from 35% down to 28. So that dropped by 20%. Met with rate dropped by almost 50%. Show rate down to 5%. Now, mind you, Jackson and I have been working some leads. So I'm like, how could that number possibly be that low? Unless you're not updating a CRM. But I don't think that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is zero offer rate. So I know we're not delivering value for the consumer on the phone or the first appointment. And that is what it's going to take for us to grow our revenue. Go back. Can we go back a slide? Hit it again, please. Forward. So we need to show up. Do you guys agree? I told you, Mark Spain said, what? Maite? Who's someone online? What did Mark Spain say? The number one agent in the world. How do we get better?
Wake up and be great.
Excellent. Who was that?
Kelly.
Thank you for listening, Kelly. Wake up and be great. That means that you're not gonna not show up ever. Turn lemons into lemonade. The problem is we're not. What's more important, my question to each of you is, what's more important than making money? I'm doing a lot of appointments without my agents there, and I'm like, where are they? I don't want to pick up the phone, but it keeps ringing because somebody else isn't picking up their phone, so my phone rings more, and then I get my answer rates up here, and now all the leads come to me. And then I heard from the Rainmakers. I went to the meeting, and they're like, we don't like that you take leads. And I'm like, well, I don't like that you don't pick up the phone. The appointment rate is dropping massively. We're not picking up the phone enough. This is your wake-up call. Turn off Instagram, turn off TikTok, turn off Facebook, turn off TV. It's sucking the life out of you. See, I didn't want to yell today, but I just did. I'm trying not to yell more. But the reality is the amount of time that people waste on average between Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and TV is probably 2 to 4 hours, depending on who you are. And just know that's sucking the life out of you. Because I don't, and I'm happier than crap on a leaf, because then it's outside. Versus in the toilet, right? Like it gets to breathe out there, right? So, but the point is that I've been changing, and one of the things that I did is I get up earlier. I'm using Chat GBT in the morning, and I only open Instagram because I wanted to become, one of my goals in changing was to become a good follow. And I've been working on my Instagram, but I only turn it on to post. I don't turn it on to look. I look for 1, 2, 3 minutes. If I look for more than 3 minutes, I'm like, I'm on this thing too long. I gotta get off because it's sucking the energy out of me. Because Zillow tracks all stats: pickup rate, ZHL connection, appointment rate, met rate, and that's how you judge on how many leads you get, and it sucks. But we better start paying attention to what works. Like Candy learned today that she just has to convert one more lead and then she's back on the train. That's super exciting. Let's do it, Candy. Okay, next. So, do you see that? ZHL.
Wait, can we rewind 1 second?
Yes, Jenny.
Yeah, I know, like when you're talking about the pond, everybody has access to the pond, so utilize that, guys. And if you go ahead.
Where is the access to the pond?
It's one of the collections. It says go fishing in FUB. So
Okay.
sorry, there's an airplane on me.
Under
So if you-
assigned collections?
Yep. Under the collections, you'll see go fishing, and that's everybody has access to that, and you can go fishing. And if you make successful connection with the lead, you have the ability to then put it in your name.
Okay, I don't have that in my collections.
You don't. Should, because everybody's name is checked.
I didn't catch what she said. I apologize.
Oh, we're just talking about the pond.
Supposed to be in collections.
Okay, well, we'll look into it right away. No
Yeah,
problem.
I'll double check.
Thanks, Jenny. Anything else? Great comment for pointing that out. We love. This is why we love feedback. Jenny, continue.
Oh no, that was it.
All right. Well, great job, Jenny. Right, but our ZHL transfer rate's down by 50%. Guys, we don't get leads anymore. Do you understand that? Our leads are shrinking because you guys aren't showing up. Meaning, book the appointment and show up and be great. Bring 3 or 4 houses with you. And if not, send somebody a video that's near there. Because all I did with Jackson was, what did I do? Well, how did I find the property? Because I was like, you know what? We're close to that area. We met a lead out there, because that's the way you should be thinking of your pipeline, is knowing where the parts of the valley where they are. I pulled open MLS. Right, I just pulled up active and I went to the lowest price range. I knew it was 8 miles away, but I synced it with my phone because I'm a technology guy, and everybody has to be a technology guy. There's 4 things in real estate, and one of them's technology, one of it's prospecting, one's the contract. Next. How's this working out? Staring at the phone, waiting for it to ring. Does that put money in your pocket? It's praying for the phone to ring is unproductive and a costly strategy to you and to me. Next. The thing is I was trying to think of the simplest thing to compare it to, right? Meaning prospecting. The idea of you becoming a prospector like Jeff Sibbach did to lead you to the glory land. Because I love God and everybody wants to go to the glory land, hopefully. And I want to go to glory land, so I'm going to wake up and be great. Meaning, as a kid, how many books did you learn to read? Were you a great reader when you were 6? How many books did your parents or guardian read to you? And are you now a good reader because I mean, the number, does anyone think their number's under 100? Of how many total books in your life that you read? Right, but here's the thing. Does anyone think it's under 200? Like, you think of, to become great at something, we need to repeat and be consistent, like we did with reading, right? That's how you get good at prospecting. Okay, next. Why is prospecting different than reading to you? Show me the people in the audience. I heard from Kelly. Who haven't I heard yet? Octavio, why is prospecting different than, meaning, how many, is it okay if I talk straight with you, or you want me to be super nice?
No, keep it straight.
How many hours, minutes on average daily do you spend prospecting?
Daily?
Yes, average for the week. If you have,
Oh,
how many days a week do you work?
every day.
Okay, great. So then how many days, each of those days, what is the percentage of your day that you're devoting to prospecting?
I mean, my heaviest prospecting days will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, as far as like, because Monday and Thursday I try to tour. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna say probably like 20, 25 hours.
So how many total people did you have conversations with last week? That's amazing. Great answer, by the way. That's what I want to hear. So you, at least, you're saying 7 divided by, that's 3.5 hours a day you prospect?
Yeah, well, I don't have like anything active on the pipeline. I have like just too many loose ends right now.
Wait
And
a minute, because
try to,
I was asking you about repeat and consistency. Because when you're prospecting, you always have A buyers. So that's my test, is I know if you're prospecting a lot, and if you're not, we should spend a lot more time on the phone together. But how many total conversations did you have last week?
hold on, let me pull up my Excel spreadsheet.
Yep. Hey, the only way you can grow is by tracking something, right? If you're not measuring it, it doesn't matter. Oh,
So eight new people, two of them are like actively touring.
hold on one second. Jeff Sibbach, EXP Realty, are you a buyer, a seller of a house, or a realtor? Okay, cool. Hang up. That's how it's done. I'm just trying to, I just want to be real with you, how to teach change. And sorry, it was too good to take. You understand, Octavio?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, good deal. So I apologize. I didn't listen because the phone was ringing. Can you, how many people did you talk to last week?
New people, 8.
You're prospecting 3 hours a day, and you talk to a total for the week 8 new people.
Well, open houses do help.
Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. So you're counting all of your hours as open houses?
No, 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 oh, no, no, absolutely not. No, no, I'm just talking about just calling and like just for example, every Friday, like ever since we had that training on Chat GPT, like every Friday I blast like a massive email, just like I send the Cranford report. I had Chat GPT basically draft email for me, and I started getting some responses. Out of those, actually got 2 leads from like realtor.com that I don't know how I got them, but I got them, and I don't know if it had anything to do with my recent closing. So anyways, I talked to 8 people last week, and then 2 of them right now I'm actually like actively like touring and trying to submit an offer.
First of all, congratulations. Way to go, Octavio. Great job. Everybody give him a right. Great job, Octavio. Octavio, do you see how if you had 8 conversations with 2 leads that you got appointments with, why isn't 8 50? Like, because the goal, do you know what my goal is for you to have daily if you're looking to grow your business for total conversations is with
Was
new people?
Well, 5A plus buyers for
Yes, you're right, because you're always looking. Do you have 5A plus buyers?
close.
Right, but what do you
Oh.
need to do more of? Because sitting open houses is one way, but open houses are inefficient.
Yeah.
Calling is efficient because
Yeah.
you talk to more people. I'm just trying to help you get to your 5A buyers. Don't you think? Because I want you to talk to, if you're working 7 days a week, then you're going to talk to 70 new buyers a week is what you need to do to grow. I'm just telling you that you're doing amazing, that you're working. I'm just trying to have you listen to Peter Thiel, and he said, if it works, do more of it, more prospecting, right? Because great story, Octavio. I'm just trying to get you to change to think of, yes, Jackson, you said a question.
Where are those 70 contacts coming from?
Is that just 10 per day? Is that what the goal is?
10 conversations, the pond. I'm going to teach you how to make magic out of the pond, okay? Because Brad came in with a list of 120 people. Brad, did I have any strategies to how to get those people to respond?
A number of them, yeah.
Right. Meaning I've been down this road before, right? I know where all the turns are. I don't hit any cones. Right, when you're playing a video game and you gotta go right and left, you gotta go right and you gotta go left, you gotta go right, right? Like once you play the game 100 times, do you know where the cones are, Octavio?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is why we gotta prospect more, because I want to help you with these conversations. Please come into the office more. Please let me help you. Please let me help you grow, because prospecting makes you money in real estate. And the way that you know is your account would be your bank account would be 3 times bigger if you talk to 10 new people a day. That's what this is change. This is it. Right? How I got to 176 sales in a year was because I was talking to 10 new people. Now you can slow down once you get close to it, right? If you do 50 sales, 60 sales, 70 sales, 80 sales, 100 sales, 120, you're welcome to slow down. I just want to help speed you up because we got to run faster. I love you, Octavio. Great answers. Thank you so much for participating. Next. The people in the world now, have you seen this? That now on Instagram, when I post, that's why I went with the soft open, was because we have to win people in 3 seconds versus 7. It's cut in half. It used to be 7 seconds. People are so quick to click off of you, so quick to move on to the next agent because you didn't respond. David's inspirational pitch about he's more responsive is exactly what I wanted to hear. Great job, David. Thank you for coming to the team. Next. This is what it's like when you're on the phone with a Zillow lead. That's all the other agents that are waiting to talk to that Zillow lead if you don't have the time. Right? I don't want to pick it up in 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 6 minutes, because I constantly hear people tell me, I can't get my leads to call me back. And I'm like, how long did it take you the first time? Because you only have one shot to impress them. And how long did it take you? And how good was your first impression? Because if you lost it during the first phone call or the first appointment, it's hard to get them to call you back. But is that our fault or the lead's fault? right? Bear, right here, right? Yes, it's on me. It's on me. Next. Okay. So I want to talk to you a little bit about change because I have been I wanted to start with this, but I wanted to make sure I got through all the stuff. But I know that some of you didn't like the old me. This is just an honest discussion, okay? I'm sorry I sucked that bad, okay? Obviously, I know I have some problems. I want you to know that I'm working on them regularly. So I know some of you didn't like me. Thankfully, you all stayed, so you actually do like me. The ones that leave give me, there's a lot of negative feedback about the old Jeffy. But honestly, don't worry. No one liked the old Jeffy. Not even me. Not my wife, not my kids, not my mom, not even me. And it used to piss me off because I thought that was the way God made me, and I thought that the world should accept me the way God made me. Until I realized that maybe everybody else is right. So maybe my intensity, the pressure, the hard truth version of me wasn't working. So I've changed. Not because I had to, but because I want to build something bigger, a bigger team, a better culture, a better version of myself. One that people want to follow. You guys get the reference because I said I want to become a good follow on Instagram. All right. Anyway, just trying to make sure I'm landing all the stuff. Okay. So, but that change wasn't easy. It meant me going to therapy. It meant me seeking medical treatment. It meant facing things that I thought were just how I was born. I didn't think that I could change. ChatGPT wrote that. I actually was just so caught up in myself about why can't people just accept me the way I am? And that's just not how the world works, is that those that grow, those that change get the best rewards in life. So I didn't think I could change, but I did, and I keep working on it. So now here's the connection, and what I want you all to listen to this moment the most. You can change too, okay? Because I watched the Zillow stats this week, and what I see is that you've changed, just in the wrong direction. Meaning, call rates lower, appointment rates way down, productivity falling. It's not because the leads suck. It's not because the market's bad. It's because some of us are giving up before the work starts. You want people to call you back, but you didn't listen the first time they talked. You're mad they ghosted you. But you didn't bring anything real when you had the shot, you're hoping that Zillow sends you a magical lay down lead. You're not following the scripts that work, that book the appointments. I took a listing yesterday because I picked up the phone. Because I pick up the phone every time. That's why I actually had to change my number. If you guys know that when I call you, it's a no caller ID. Because I called and I was talking to, I have 3,000 contacts in my phone. I was logging 6 hours of phone time a day because that's what it takes to become great. I'm okay if you don't want to be great. I don't care if you want to be okay. I just want you to be the best version of you that you want to be. Too many people had my number because I talked to everyone. And I didn't used to like hanging up on people. But now I'm willing to cut the people out that are wasting my time. So today, here's the message to you, is that's what it takes. If I can change everything about how I communicate, then you can change your energy. You can change your approach. You can change your damn call rate because you're waiting for leads to do the work for you. That's not a strategy. That's surrender. Let's be better. Let's get back to being great. All right, just a couple of reviews and then we'll move on. Meaning the first one here, Darren Hardy. I'm just trying to show you my mentors because this is how I learned and why Darren Hardy was the reason I started really, I started prospecting in 2008 and I prospect a lot. But when it came to 2000, after I saw Darren Hardy, I'm like, I wanted to get the 4 hours of talk time a day because he said I was guaranteed to make $1 million. And now I made $1 million 4 different ways. So he was right because prospecting is the hardest part of the game. And I just want to help everybody get better because then you get better at presenting and then you get better at negotiating. Next. Russell Shaw, my mentor. I don't follow him on social media and I suggest you don't either. But he was #1 in the country at one point, Russell Shaw, meaning because 300 homes used to be a lot of sales and now people have teams and he had a team, but you can see he was in this book. If you want to, the only book I don't have here is the Red Book from Gary Keller. So this is how I was going to talk about the Red Book because Russell Shaw said there's 3 things because I went to his seminars. He used to host them once a quarter and I went to 3 years because sometimes you can listen and not hear. You could listen and not hear. And I realized, wait a minute, I should be spending my time prospecting instead of listening to him. And I will sell more houses and that worked for me. Next. Jeff Sibbach wouldn't be here if I didn't put the time into winning clients prospecting. First step to real estate. Prospecting is the first step to real estate, absent the boom years. Boom years, it doesn't matter. There's just buyers everywhere. So how do I know this? Next one, we'll end with this. So, Tina Call. So I went to a top 50 event because EXP does these great events around the EXP cons in the fall. If people want to go, we're going to go to EXP. I'm going to go to EXP con. I'm also going to go to Zillow, but I saw Tina and I didn't know what to say to her. The only thing I wanted to say to her is I want to be more like you, right? So Tina's group, her stats, they sold 150 million more than us this year. They did 696 units, but my average sales price is higher than her. So she's actually working harder. But what is she good at? Script practice. They host script practice every day at the call team. I just need people to show up so I can help you get past your challenges. But don't listen to me. Listen to this girl because she's unbelievable on the phone. If you call, I watched her do live role play in front of a room of 500 people because she practiced what she says so she doesn't dunk her leads away. That's a Sibbachism. Happy Tuesday. Thank you. Questions, comments, I'll stay. You can leave. Anything that anyone wants to talk about. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Octavio.
You know where you're like speed to lead and like you want to get to the lead as quick as possible, and that's why people are mad that the leads aren't answering.
Yeah.
What do you do about those in that scenario to get them to answer? Because your first impression is now much harder because they're.
You still just go with STS. You don't know that they connected with somebody else. So you have to I have a thing. One of the Sibbachisms is follow up with reckless abandon. Because the lead I got on Sunday that I didn't convert because I picked up the phone Sunday morning at 8 o'clock because that's when I pick up all the leads because who's not answering the phone at 8 o'clock? Nobody on the team. If you want more leads, just get up early because there's more leads because that's how I get my leads because nobody picks it up. So then I pick it up to make sure that we don't have a worse pickup rate than we have. I contact them 6 times the first day with text messages. I blow people up because I want them to know that I'm here, that I'm alive, and I just drive value, 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 meaning, did you see this house? 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 Did you see this one with a pool? Did you see one without a pool? Did you see the lowest price ones? Did you see the highest price ones in any city around the area? You know where they're looking because where the lead comes from. Like you know exactly where you should target that area is you gotta, if they're buyers, you gotta bring them sellers, and if they're sellers, you gotta bring them buyers. That's the simple answer.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Adam.
Bye, everyone.